Good evening, all. I've started about 30 seconds later than predicted because I was over in Victor Gorchev's stream wishing him Happy New Year in Holland, which has just happened. So, cheers. We, of course, have got 59 minutes left here. But I appear to have an Iman and a bear with me. Very nice. And who have we got in chat? Who've got in chat tonight? General Nuts been humming at me. DK is happy that we're streaming by the looks of things. Slan won't make this one. Oh, Slan. Happy New Year anyway. Halakar. There's Iman. There's Lee. Michael and Cody. Hello, Cody. Hello, Michael. Are you still lurking there, Michael? Let me know in chat. Michael's my Monday night DM. Be nice to him. So Happy New Year. Yes, Michael, I am an old fogey, and here's to playing more Dragon Lords and Cthulhu in 2024. I have been drinking. So tonight...
How much have you been drinking?
What?
How much have you been drinking?
I've had 3 beers and 2 full... That's my second full tumbler of that. That's port.
There were fireworks in the window behind you, by the way.
I don't care. I hate fireworks.
Okay, well, they're doing them in your neighborhood, just so you know, because just one popped off behind you. It was quite cool, actually. It looked like,
you can sit and watch them. I'm not going to talk any sense at all. You just sit and watch the fireworks.
Will we be able to see them from your window?
Yeah, if you want. There you go. Look, bang. Whoa. Bang.
Oh, I hate fireworks. We have a big fireworks festival here in Montreal every summer, the Benson and Hedges. I think they changed the cigarette companies aren't allowed to do things anymore, but it's this big. And my friends are like, let's go to the fireworks. I'm like, why? Because it's the fireworks. I'm like, I've seen enough fireworks. They all do the same thing. Until they can do Gandalf level shit, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, my dad smokes Bensons.
Small world.
Was that about Bensons?
My dad smokes Bensons. He was saying that Benson and Hedges are the ones that put on the firework display. Or they used to or something.
They used to, yeah.
Right. Okay. Hello, Daniel.
Isn't it?
Oh, Halakar. Okay. Who got these? I'm in StreamYard, so I can't see. So I need somebody to report who got them.
Is Saxius back in the UK yet, or is he still over in Daneland?
Yes. What? Saxius is back in the UK.
Why isn't he here tonight?
Because I didn't tell him.
Oh.
I only set this up at the last minute because I saw everyone else was streaming. I thought I wanted to stream tonight, but I didn't plan anything. And then I thought I waited till everyone else had sort of finished. And
because I've got your bell notifications turned on, it always notifies me half an hour before.
You're one of the 8% of my subscribers who've turned on the bell notifications.
It's really hard to get people to do simple things, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
oh my God, herding cats.
Yeah. It's like when you put the events up on Discord, how many people click they're interested in an event? Not many. But then we get 10 people turn up.
Nerdy Org, Mar Hockman, Speaker Dad, Todd Clemmy, and Glenn Sprigg all got the memberships.
Who's that? Nerdy Ogre.
Nerdy Ogre, Mar Hockman,
yep.
Speaker Dad, Todd Clemmy, and Glenn Sprigg.
There are 2 names in there who are regular contributors to the Discord or chat, so that's a decent percentage. If you're one of those who got one of those memberships, but you don't contribute towards Discord or chat, why not? But thank you, Halakar. You're a good one. Gene, Happy New Year. Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Cheers. Oh, you're saying you can't do every other Tuesday. Well, that's fine. That's why we've got 8 or 9 people signing up to a game. Because if you've got 8 or 9 people signing up, you can pretty much guarantee somebody can't make it. In fact, I expect 5 or 6 each week. That's fine.
What game is this?
It's a Call of Cthulhu game.
Oh, cool. Have fun.
And yeah, I mean, we've got, I think 8 players have signed up for it. About 5 have made characters so far, due to start on Tuesday.
Including me.
Andy Hewson is one of the ones who signed up. I'll need to, Andy, if you can sit down with me to make a character before Tuesday, that would be good. Would be good. If you want to
What
still
time
play
is it starting on Tuesday, John?
7:30. 7:30 our time.
7:30. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Halakar does say we need to write our own Endless Quest style book, Alone Against Old Age. Thing is, we wouldn't be alone because the majority of the people on the channel would be.
It'll be alone against the young'un, being me.
Well, it would be about you. You'd be the central character, alone against the fogies. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm the one that's alone. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was worried about filling in this hour talking about nothing and just wobbling on and being a little bit inebriated. But Omanal has just joined us, so no need to worry about that at all.
Oh,
Did you bail on Connell too? Oh my God, poor Connell. Is he all
I
alone
said,
now?
hey, Connell, I'm going to head over to Johnny. He's like, yeah, we've been talking for an hour, so he's just about into the stream.
Okay.
It's not like we had anything planned for today, so.
No, it's just one of those days, isn't it, where you have a drink and you have a chat with people.
Well, like I said, man, I'm just bouncing like I'm going to different New Year's parties at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, you're couch hopping, party hopping.
Party hopping, yeah, exactly. The big party's at 9:10 tonight when Mr. Bueva and I and a bunch of us are all going to be streaming for midnight.
Stream whore.
Listen, bitch. I've invited you to my streams many times, and just because you live in the land of fucking no sun is no reason you can't come on.
But you stream at 2 a.m. or whatever time that is.
Oh, but
hey. There are days that Bear streams at like 8 a.m. your time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't invite people in at 8 a.m. my time. He does his coffee. You do your coffee with Bear.
No. I've also done early weekend day streams as well.
You let me on one time in the morning.
Never happening again. But yeah, I did.
I mean, what's that, now? Keep going.
Oh no, we're just you just have to get him in the proper mood. That's all.
Well, yeah, there is that. I am a moody cow.
Make sure he's got his coffee. Make sure he's got his vape. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. No problem, Andy. No problem. It's been one of those weeks, hasn't it, where everyone's got various commitments and various things going on.
What's the principle of this Call of Cthulhu game you're running, sir?
It's Horror on the Orient Express.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Let's go through the whole module, 800 pages.
It's the whole 800-page monster behemoth campaign, which I'm expecting it to last 2 years.
Oh my God.
And how many people showed up? I saw that there were a lot. I guess it was yesterday or so.
I've got about 8 people interested. I'm not expecting them all to turn up at any one time. If they do, I'll panic. But if we get between 4 and 6 each session, that's fine. It keeps the game moving. It's an ideal size. So yeah, the principle is screaming and running away. But Horror on the Orient Express is quite a gentle campaign to start with. It's not like a one-shot Call of Cthulhu adventure where it rips you apart and tears your sanity out after 1 or 2 sessions. It's a constant slow drip. It's a long old campaign. Yes, it's dangerous. Yes, you're most likely to lose 1 or 2 characters each during the campaign at various points. But it's not one of those which is going to be absolute carnage.
I think that's good for campaigns. It's dangerous enough that you have to be careful, but not so dangerous that you're just like, total party kill. We're done.
Absolutely.
Well, with my character, especially, he's so weak but so smart. Literally, a gust of wind will kill my guy.
Yes. Iman has called his character Ted E. Bear because he's very soft. He's called his character Ted E. Bear because he's very soft.
Sir. That's our word for our people.
No, not bear like that. BEHR.
Oh, bear. Okay, yeah.
German.
That's no different. Ted E. Bear.
But he picked that name because he's got 25 strength.
Okay, I'm just going to go do what I said I was going to do. I'll be back.
All right.
See that.
He rolled 5 on his strength roll, which gives him a strength
Wow.
of 25. But he rolled a maximum for education.
Intelligence.
So,
No, sorry, education. Yeah.
education. So he's a PhD graduate, whatever.
So
So he's an
what-
absolute
Scientist.
nerd. He's
So
an
what
absolute nerd.
was your education level? What?
90.
Hello, Christopher. Are you all right? Thank you. Happy New Year.
Was that Hilt? Hi, Hilt.
It's Hilt.
And let's see. So who all is looking at joining your Orient Express campaign?
I'm one of them.
Iman, we've got Daniel, we've got Manfred,
Joker.
we've got Nutty. Who else is in? Roland's in as well. So that's 6 so far. Andy's talking about coming in as well. I know some people can't make it every week, which is absolutely fine, but that's why we've got a group of such a big group. It'll work fine. It'll work absolutely fine.
And are your MERP campaigns, I guess.
Yes.
How is that going? Because I think I saw them also.
The MERP campaign has grown. We went for a year with 3 or 4 players, and we had to cancel a few sessions when people couldn't make it because a few people had to drop out for a little while. But in the last couple of months, it's gathered new interest, and we've got new players who've decided to dive in and give MERP a go. And typically, by the way the session is timed isn't perfect for everybody. So some people join in halfway through the session, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. And I think we ended up with 7 players at the end of the session yesterday.
Oh, very good. I know. I was just sometimes it just seems that you can't find players to start, and then once you start something up, then more and more people said, "Oh, this is actually going to last," and so then they're willing to join in. And
a few people sat and listened to sessions before joining in and decided they liked what they heard and popped in, which is good. Good evening, Keith. Good evening. Yes, I think it might have been Iman. Was it Iman who was eating, or was it you, Manel, who was eating?
No, it has to be Amon because I'm.
No, sorry, it's me. I'm just washing up now.
Yes. You've set off Nutty's nerd rage, I think, with the scraping. Good evening, Manfred. I've been chatting to Manfred earlier tonight. We said we created his Call of Cthulhu character. Helped Iman create his Call of Cthulhu character. Was it last night or the night before? I can't remember. I've lost track of things. I thought Iman
I'm pretty sure it was Thursday, mate.
It was Thursday. Was it Thursday? Or was it Friday? Thursday. Okay, 3 nights ago. And I thought Iman was slow and meticulous with creating the character. But Manfred. Oh, Manfred.
No, that is something that has to be said for OSE styles. BX it's fast create characters. Longest time is buying equipment.
If there was ever anyone to be more methodical than me, it would be the German, wouldn't it?
He's not German. He's American. He just lives in Germany.
Yeah.
Try telling that to him.
But no, Iman and Manfred, you are cut from the same cloth when it comes to creating Call of Cthulhu characters. It takes me 5 minutes because I just go, blah, just throw the skills.
No, do you know what? I think I'm just like that because even if I play an RPG on like my PS5 or PS4 or whatever, it takes me forever to create my character. That's why I like games that don't have one.
Right.
This is the one thing I did enjoy about Conan or Traveler and 13 was having that character creation, because you don't get into that paralysis. It's like pick this and this. Oh, okay. You only pick like 1 or 2 choices, and then that just helps you move along. I really do love life path creation systems. I wish there were more games that did it. I know it takes work, but man, it does help new players really work through the system instead of trying to, well, if I do this, am I missing something here? Am I, I think that really does help.
I think there is a bit of an analysis paralysis with the basic role-playing skill system because there's so many skills on there for Call of Cthulhu. And when you say to a player, okay, you've got 170 points, place them wherever you want.
That's what happened with me. I mean, I had 360 points.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you could only place those 360 between about 8 skills. That was your occupational ones.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Manfred did those fairly quickly. It was his 170 based on his high intelligence because he rolled very high for his intelligence, but that he could place anywhere that he was going 2 up. Oh, no. I'll drop 2 off that one and I'll put 2 on that one instead. And we'll round that one out. No, hang on.
What did he get for his intelligence? Did he get 85?
Yes, he rolled a 17. He got 17 for his intelligence. You think intelligence is generated with 2d6 plus 6? So when you roll an 11 on 2d6,
I've got 70 as well.
He rolled 2d6 plus 6. So he rolled an 11 plus 6. 17 times 5. Hello, Mr. Max. And here's Joker.
That's 85.
Here's a Joker as well. We've got a Joker. So we're going to have a little bit of a chat into New Year. 20 people watching a completely unplanned stream.
Hey!
Hello.
Hey!
Hello. Joker, we've got 43 minutes to go here in the UK. I know Iman won't.
Here.
I know Iman won't have been drinking for obvious reasons. Have you?
No, I've got a can with the window open, waiting for the fireworks. But yeah,
I hate fireworks, and I'm drinking that.
What is that?
I don't know how we.
Is that wine?
No.
Port.
no, I have Old Mount cider.
Old man cider's fine. Old man cider. Oh. You were the first to like it, were you, Jim or not? Oh. Justin's here. RPG Grandma's here. Hello, Grandma. Hello.
Hey! Some names I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Well, Grandma, you cooking up any delicious treats for New Year's?
Is that are you stereotyping Grandma there?
Yes.
Right,
if you want to talk about games pre-1985, RPG Grandma is the one to go to.
Oh, she knows. It seems I've watched some of her videos. She knows her gaming does RPG Grandma.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. And she's like, oh yeah, I remember this from it's.
She was there when the Deep Lore was written.
You're having apple caramel martinis.
Ooh.
That sounds interesting. Sounds
Who's
very
pushing the boat out?
Yes.
So I'm imagining, like on Halloween, like a toffee apple, but like in a drink.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
A martini is based on gin. A martini cocktail.
I know what a martini is.
There's also a vodka martini.
A vodka martini, isn't that gin and vodka?
No, it's vodka and vermouth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
What's vermouth?
Vermouth.
It's a sweet. It's
like
alcohol.
it's like a liqueur, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Vermouth is a fortified wine.
Yeah, I think I have some in my refrigerator that's been there for like 2+ years.
Is it right next to the heads?
Is it does it being there longer make it better?
No, Bear. You know I shrink the heads.
Well.
The only cocktail I've ever really guzzled, and I did this one Christmas, was a mudslide. I hadn't got ingredients for most. I got this little cocktail book one Christmas, and I made mudslide from it. And
Is that vodka and Kahlua or something?
Vodka, Kahlua, and Baileys. One part vodka, one part vodka, 1 part Kahlua, 2 parts Baileys.
What's Kahlua?
It's a coffee liqueur.
Oh, okay. That does sound nice.
Yeah,
And
super sweet.
It wasn't particularly sweet because it was very. They balanced each other out, and icy cold condensation running around the jug. I made about a pint and a half of it one Christmas and drank it Christmas morning while I was doing Christmas dinner. I don't think Christmas dinner was very good that year.
I was just about to say.
My wife will probably attest to that. Do you remember the year I drank a load of? No, she's shaking her head. It was a long time ago. Before the kids arrived, I think. But
Butterscotch snaps. Dear God, my diabetes hurts reading that.
having dumplings and meat pies. Okay, that sounds. So you've got a variant: no olives, apples, caramel drizzle, vodka, cider, butterscotch snaps. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Bear, I don't see you with a drink in your hand yet. Are you?
I'm a teetotaler. Don't you know that yet?
No, you're not.
I
Welcome to the
rarely
cup.
drink. I rarely drink.
I thought you were going out to buy another bottle of whiskey today after you finished off that bottle of whiskey.
no. You know how expensive that stuff is?
How bad is it in Canada?
Well, no, but that specific, like, okay, look, all right, let's get something straight. Okay, if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink the good stuff. I'm not gonna fart around with rail level garbage stuff. You know what I mean?
Have you got Scottish blood in you? Is that what it is?
I'm Scottish, Irish, Danish. That's my three.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to be a whiskey snob, aren't you?
Oh hell yeah! So I'm gonna be drinking Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, Fiddler's Choice.
Oban.
What?
Oban.
I don't know what that is. What's the word?
Oban.
Oban. Scottish
Never
whiskey.
had it. Never had it, Joker. I don't even know it.
Bourbon, I think is what you said. Is that right?
No, Oban.
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 Never heard of it. Could be maybe a UK thing. I don't know.
Well, it's Scottish,
But,
so yes.
Yeah. So I'm not spending a minimum of $60 or $70 on the bottle of scotch. There's no point in drinking it. You know what I mean? Just no point. So I'm poor.
At least
so I'm not drinking
10
scotch
years,
this year.
10-year-old whiskey.
Well, so I was a bartender and I studied this nonsense. Like I had to go to school for it to get my license and all that garbage, right? Because it was that time in Quebec where you had to do that. And it turned me into a whiskey snob, a scotch snob, just because of the process of making us drink turpentine and then drink, 12-year-old scotch. I had, when I was living in Vancouver at one point, my landlord was a lawyer and his wife and kid were gone for the weekend. He's like, hey, you want to come up, listen to music and drink scotch? I'm like, sounds good to me. And he introduced me to a 28-year-old scotch that he had that a client had given him for finishing a big case. I swear
That
to God,
weren't coming cheap.
I took a sip and my whole body was flooded with warmth. It was insane. And I said, for fun,
I can imagine.
how much is this? And he goes, oh, the bottle's $900. And I was like, oh God.
Will I die now?
Yeah, when my sister got married, my brother-in-law and my brother were at the hotel where preparing for the wedding reception and stuff, and they got on to the single malt the night before, and I remember my brother telling me what his room bar bill came to.
Oh my God.
And it was eye-watering.
I bet.
It was absolutely eye-watering. You were talking 20-30 pound a shot type stuff.
Plus there's the hotel extra charge, right?
Yeah.
You could be drinking the garbage and still paying an extra $10 a shot or 10 pounds a shot. 10 quid, we'll say quid.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of a shock for him, but I've never been a whiskey person. I don't like it. I'm sorry to any Scottish and Irish out there. I just don't like whiskey.
That's okay. You don't have to. That's the point. Like I can't drink gin anymore because when I was a teenager, stole the bottle of gin from my parents' liquor, got drunk as a skunk and puked it till it came up my nose. And now I'm just like the smell of gin. I'm like, nope. Thank you. Nope.
How old were you?
Your pine tree. I won't.
I was 19 when I did that. How old were you when you did that?
12, 13.
12 or 13. Oh, okay, I was 19. I should have known better when I did that. But yes, I've done it. And for the same reason, I won't. That's why I don't drink gin.
Yeah.
I think most of us have had gin moments.
Tequila is the other one I can't do anymore because of the same reason. But I was 21, 22. I had no excuse other than I overdrank that night. It was dollar shots, man. So order 40 shots and then see how fast we can get them down at the table.
Yes.
Turns out I was quite fast.
And turns out it hits you quite hard.
Dude was at the taxi later because we'd eaten food and all that, and then we drank a shit ton of tequila, and then we were going the roads in Montreal are famous for being shit and full of potholes, and we were going along boom 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 boom. And my
Lovely
buddy says, he
summer.
goes, I remember you saying to the cabbie, go faster, I'm going to throw up. And he goes, I thought you were saying it so he'd speed up and get us home faster. And then the next light, I opened the door, I threw my wallet at my friend, went, pay for the cab. And I crawled out and I just started vomiting all over the sidewalk. It was brutal. Just brutal.
I've had a bottle of Southern Comfort for Christmas, and it may well come out on a Friday stream in the near future.
Soko and Coke is beautiful.
In fact, it might be when I don't see Major's musings here, but Mage, if you're here, if you do listen to this, it might be what I use for the next drinking quest. Thank you, Mercurius.
I think he's
Sean
still over
definitely
on.
did that one.
He's still over on Dungeon Minister stream, I think.
I don't know if Dungeon Minister wrapped up.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, then I don't know where he is.
I thought Dungeon
Maybe he's
Minister
got
wrapped
some
up.
hot Toronto party to go to.
Yes. Imagine him walking into a party going, I was an actor, What do you do now? I'm a puppeteer. All right. Can I see some of your work? It won't be successful, will it?
It's Toronto. You can't swing a dead cat without being an actor in Toronto, please.
Oh, fair enough. And when I say successful, I mean his channel deserves to be successful. He will be successful as a puppeteer, but he won't be successful for the purpose for which he'd be using that sort of chat-up line tonight. I appear to have killed conversation with that.
No, I'm just thinking like, hey, would you like to see some of my video? I don't think that would go over well.
It is Mage's greeting when he meets a lady friend. Hello.
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 She just turns on heel and walks away.
I think it's Bear. When you meet a lady, do you go hi there, ho there?
No, I only say that here. It's a YouTube thing I started doing because I couldn't figure out how to start my goddamn shows. I was like, I gotta say something. So I remembered that bit from everyone thinks it's from that Jim Carrey movie about the kid who's raised on TV, but it's actually from Mad About You. Hank Azaria used to play their slightly handicapped dog walker, and he'd always be like, hey there, who there, every time he'd show up in the shows. That's where I got it from.
So you stole it.
I was going to say there's a few programs that have threw that in now and then.
By the way, I object to the term stole it, appropriated,
Long time borrowed,
adapted, made it my own. Perhaps, John,
his ears were burning. His ears were burning.
Were you talking about me? No, I was feeding the cat. Then I figured I had yours noted. I was also playing a little Fallout, so it's like, I better turn off the damn.
Which
video
one?
games and Fallout 3.
So Bear has made things just like Johnny Cash. Once he takes it, it's his forever.
Thank you. You'll be looking forward to mine and Sean's version of Jackson. We're going to be recording in 2024. He's going to do the June Carter parts.
Okay.
And wear the dress.
We thought you were going out partying, Sean. I thought that's why you'd gone from Dungeon Minister stream and not appeared anywhere.
I'm sure there's a party somewhere where I might be invited, but I'm not going to take that chance.
We partying, meeting ladies and going, hello.
Hello. Yeah. I do enough to scare them away. I don't need to do that as well.
So what do you do nowadays, Sean? Well, I was an actor and now I'm a puppeteer. Let me show you my work.
Jesus, puppetry of the penis.
Fuck. For those guys, you got to be like 12 inches flaccid. Ugh.
Did you audition? What? How do you know
a
that?
program at one point.
I did not monetize this stream, so I don't care what anyone says.
Well, if you were, you aren't anymore.
No worries, Mercurius. I'm guessing in Australia right now there's a lot of, because it's actually, it was New Year 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 10 hours ago. I know New Year over here, it can be very difficult to get a signal on phones because everyone starts texting each other. So if I drop off at that point, that's fair enough. But
so Sean, are you viewing the parties? Are you viewing the parties the same way that Groucho Marx did, which says he doesn't want to be invited anywhere that would have him as a member?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Oh,
Hmm.
I have some
So
friends I should call, but yeah, no, I have no parties to go to.
we have Squirrel Hermit renewing his membership as well. Squirrel Hermit, cheers.
Oh, that's right. You're half an hour away from countdown. I should get a drink. I'll be right back. I
think
got
so.
a drink
think
on
so.
hand.
Yes, I think it'd be a good idea. So, New Year, plans for New Year, things you might want to be doing New Year, channel stuff, anything like that, Bear?
Me?
Other than our game that
Well, I think that's a pretty big thing this year. We're going to be doing the once a month Palladium fantasy game with a whole bunch of streamers. That should be a hoot. Other than that, just business as usual. Got Heroic, the backer kit for Heroic's going to kick off in February, and got to raise $5,000, to pay everything off and get my art and all that stuff. So that'll be nice if I succeed.
you know why?
And
You know why I wanted to play the human in that game?
why?
I'm terrible ingesting and retaining new lore.
No, the deuce you say, like all of you, every single one of you are ADHD brains. It's insane.
Well,
Everybody
yeah,
says this. Everybody, all the players except for like Cody have said the same thing. Are like, I'm really bad at just remembering stuff, so I'm just gonna, it's like, make an effort. Just try.
I'll read it. I've been scrolling through your pictures and reading about the races, but
Wow.
when we play, it'll stick. But right
Here.
now, it won't.
Let me share this with you because I'm doing this today. I'm making certain types of horrors you guys might run into as you explore the world.
I did like those Cthulhu elephants things.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot more since then, sir. I've created quite the folder of horror for you all.
Marvelous.
Fun times. But yeah, so that's it. Just the channel is steady, get Heroic off the ground. I mean, I'm going to join the Y because it's close enough to my apartment. I can walk there and start working out again. And because, like, I don't know if you noticed, but when I trim my beard, my face actually looks slimmer than when I have a beard because it puffs out my cheeks a lot having a beard. And it drove me so insane seeing my face on camera that I was like, I have to do something about this. I have fucking cheekbones, man. So I'm going back to the gym.
I'm having a go at cultivating and trimming around the edges and seeing what happens.
You're such a manscaper.
Nothing me haircut. What?
I mean, whenever I've had one before, it's always been just laziness. But I'm trimming this one and just making it look neater. So, of course, when we first met Sean, you had long hair and a beard, didn't you?
I did, or what I tried to pass for one at least. My facial hair doesn't come in very thick, so even when I've shaved in months, it's still pretty sparse. But yeah, no, back to normal. Cropped hair, clean shaven.
Iman is the one. Iman is the master beard grower.
Does he have it like
It's
5 o'clock?
not that long at the moment.
No, it's just that yours grows in no time at all, Iman. That's the thing. 1 week you'll turn up clean shaven, the next week you'll have a full bushy beard.
Yeah, just let me turn my light on and I can show you.
Bear, it's AI art using, isn't it?
It's a Bing AI. So because I have a Microsoft Office subscription for my tools, I get free access. I get 15 credits a day for fast generation, and then until it says no more slow
I don't know what credit
generation.
is.
And it's pretty good. It actually, like, I find DALL-E 3 does a better job of taking the prompt that you give it and creating something close to what you want. But Midjourney is vastly superior for remixing and drilling down and just generating 500 images until you get the one that really fits what you're looking for.
Are you
All of this
talking about
experience
AI
has taught me-
generated images?
This has all taught me that all artists who are afraid of AI art are not paying attention, because you cannot get it to do exactly what you want ever. It just, do not put a mustache. The guy's got 5 mustaches. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it works. It's very, very persnickety. That said, I've made this point many times on my channel. I'll make it here. I will never publish AI art. I use it as pathfinding. So when I hire the artist, I can go, can you make it look sort of like this, but in your style, please? And that's the way I do it. Saves time. And
I mean, for the Call of Cthulhu adventure that I wrote, I spent almost an entire morning typing in versions of tall woman, aged roughly 40, attractive and dressed smartly, walks down a country lane in England in winter, followed by 12 school children in school uniform.
way too much.
I got all sorts from that. All sorts.
Which program are you using?
Whatever I could find. Whatever I could find that was
Okay.
free. I never got 12 school children. Rarely
no.
was it a country. Rarely was it a country lane. What they discovered. I mean, I wanted to be dressed like a school teacher, and half the time she wasn't. I'm not going to say how she was dressed half the time, because it was. But that's
It's dirty-minded. AIs
It's-
are very dirty-minded.
It's a
I've
fairly
noticed.
simple picture I wanted. Yeah, she did. She did. I mean, the image for her was great, but it was just the background was all wrong.
I'm going to bring up the problem I had was trying to say, okay, I want a Triceratops doing X, whatever. I think it was Barbarian riding Triceratops. If you all remember the old the battle system picture kind of thing, I kept getting a 3-horned rhinoceros. I'm like, that's not a Triceratops. It's like, and people worried that this is going to replace them. Like, it's got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
still
the first time
Triceratops.
So
Nerds Nerd, that's the first time I ever tried to use AI art. I
I'll
learned
just Google
that.
it.
So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and teach myself. I've held off typing up any more of that particular adventure, and I'm going to create some AI art. I'm going to get some charcoal and chalk, which is about the only medium that I'm remotely competent at drawing with, and I'm going to try and draw my own artwork for it, but copy the AI art and add in bits and pieces, and it'll probably look absolutely shocking, but it'll be drawn by me anyway. And so don't expect to see that adventure appear for another 2 years because it'll be a very slow progress.
the scariest part about AI art for me is that they can't seem to figure out human faces. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad, but when you see them, you think, what the fuck? How can anyone think this is real?
Yeah. Hands, feet, and faces are just a mess.
And it's actually one of those things where the more you look at it, the weirder it gets.
The hands and faces thing was resolved a long time ago. But hey, Omanal,
Yes.
I'm sharing an image if John pumps it up.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
No, we lost John.
John
John
just
doesn't
left.
disappear.
That's curious timing.
Pitching lights have started.
He's a little drunk, I think.
Oh, hang on.
Well, we'll just wait it
Fireworks
out.
have started.
There he is.
There he is.
I wrong thing.
No. How's this for your Triceratops riding barbarian, sir?
There we go. That's better. But which one? And you use that for Bing? Because I was trying to use Midjourney and Night Cafe, and it just wouldn't do it.
Bing
That's better.
does the best literal reading what you write and giving you what you want. It does that very well. It still makes mistakes. It still does weird shit, and sometimes you're just like, I don't know what the hell you just. I don't know what you think that word means, but it doesn't mean what you showed me. Midjourney is like you're fighting it every step of the way. Like you're always going to be having a fight with Midjourney, but you can force it as you keep drilling down and picking the ones you like. It slowly starts to get closer to what you want. Then you get what you want if you're lucky, and then it just goes and starts giving you weird shit again. Like it's schizophrenic.
But yeah, I'm happier for seeing certain things in there. It's just, but to me, like you said, this is to give a concept. This is the concept. Now I want you to drill down and actually do it. I think that a lot more artists should embrace that aspect of, hey, if I'm going to go to a client, let me show some ideas and say, I'm going to modify this so you can get something that's for you, that meets your style. And
the nice idea of it is because you waste so much time and money on pathfinding and concept art. So if you can refine it before you get to that artist, it also frees up the artist because they're not wasting time doing concept art and going back and forth with you. They're able to take what you gave them, go, okay, cool. And then that opens them up to work on multiple projects at the same time because they're not losing so much time doing sketches, sending them in, getting them back, changing sketches, sending them in, trying to read each other's minds. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but also on the flip side of that is also taking probably the best part of what they do away from them as well, even though it's time saving. But yeah,
disagree. Every artist I've ever worked with on comics or projects hates doing concept art. They just want to get to the final art as fast as humanly possible. Now there may be those who love it.
Professional, I can imagine, because of the workload. But
they drive me insane with it. You know, they're like, I'm doing 2 changes and that's it. And it's like, okay, well then pay attention to the words I write, please. But I don't know. Look, everyone's different. I think artists when they're working for themselves will put all the time and effort into the world to get it just right. You know what I mean? Because that's their thing. That's the same thing with writing. You know, it's that's your thing. Professionally, people just want to get the money. You know what I mean? So the thing. So workload becomes a huge issue.
I was going to say if they've got a workload as like professionals do, then you got to cut corners where you can. But yeah.
Why isn't your camera on, Joker? I miss seeing your jolly face.
Oh, I've got all the lights off so I can see the fireworks.
Yeah, you still put your camera on, and then you just look very scary, Joker.
You don't want to see me in the. Oh, okay. You can't see me. Hello.
Oh, we have a Doctor Who fan.
That's slightly.
You know, you've not been on the streams when Joker's been on, have you, Mage?
Not commonly, no. I've seen him around, but
give him a quick flash of one of your walls, Joker. The Batman wall. There's a reason why he calls himself Joker.
You want me to put the light on then?
Go on then.
Do it.
Oh, that's a great image.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
No, I agree, Nerd. I agree. That's amazing, buddy. I've seen that before. I'm always impressed by it.
I don't know how you can go to sleep with all those faces staring at you.
Can't sleep, clown will eat me. Can't sleep, clown will eat me.
Yeah, exactly.
Joker, Joker, you're familiar with the thing, aren't you?
Yes.
Has it ever bothered you at night?
No, not really.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
How can that bother me when I normally cosplay the Joker? If I can cosplay the Joker, nothing's going to scare me, really, is it?
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Apart from your own reflection.
Well, this is his bedroom. It's his bedroom. His bedroom's full of Harley Quinn.
That's where the port is now.
Yeah.
Did you start that bottle fresh?
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm having my supper. I'm having a gringo burrito.
Is that why you're a bit more jolly than usual?
Bottle of sortilege ready to go.
Sortilege! Oh my god, that's so gross!
Oh, it's the best. Maple whiskey.
Oh, it's vile, evil stuff.
That's so good.
That almost could be a Joker blow-up doll, which is quite worrying, Joker. Oh, it's small. Oh, it's a Lego thing.
The Lego,
right,
yeah.
Okay. Because the perspective was odd because you had it so close to the camera.
It's quite large. That's larger than a standard Lego, guys. Look how big his hand is
Yeah,
on it.
it's the Joker Lego alarm clock.
Ooh. Iman. How old are you, and have you ever authored any books?
I was wondering where that was going for a second.
You're muted, Iman. You're muted.
Sorry, I was doing
The
something.
chair got muted.
No, I haven't authored any books. I'm
Are
29.
you sure? Are you really sure? Are you not
would
trying
know.
to bring us into a cult? Of
You might
some
remember
sort?
something like that.
Who is Abdul Al Hazred?
I don't know. Have you issued any manifestos?
Google the name followed by Cthulhu.
The Mad Arab, isn't it?
Something to do with the Necronomicon and various.
Oh, that guy.
yes.
The Mad Arab. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
looking very.
Okay.
Okay. So excuse me if we're quite scared of you right now, Iman.
Why do I look like this?
His freeze frame is perfectly unimpressed.
Oh, is it
It says
because
here-
every time I go on a different tab, it freezes?
Yes, when you're silent and stare into the camera. So yeah. Oh no.
Goodbye, wait for
Yes,
it.
your
Three thumbs
souls,
up.
minions.
Yes.
You can use me as not Nightbot. What is it? Stream Elements. Like the stream minions, or I will take your souls.
Somebody's
already
stealing
got-
my line.
I've already got that line. Yes. But no, it looks like you've got some reading to do in New Year there, Iman. A little bit of Lovecraft, maybe.
he just
Abdul Al Hazred.
he just needs to lose, what is it, 1 to 10 sanity points for the next, how many?
Oh yeah, your sanity. If you are him, then your sanity will be 0.
No. I meant if you read the Necronomicon, doesn't it cost like 1 to 10 or something sanity?
Oh no, I think it would strip more than that personally. But hello, K5K. Happy New Year. I'm guessing you're waking up in the morning, so you're telling us what the future looks like. Thanks for the depressing message.
Well, good news is the world hasn't ended. So, we have to look forward to.
You don't
There's
know.
still time.
The Marshall Islands may be gone for all you know, sir.
They'll get it right one day. We'll all be floating on top of 4 turtles, 4 elephants.
Or a giant turtle, or whatever.
Yeah, giant turtle and 3 elephants.
Cody, I intend to run a lot of Call of Cthulhu this year. So yeah, just
Hey.
check out the games.
Bring it on.
I'm running Call of Cthulhu every Tuesday, starting in 2 days' time. We're playing
I
Horror
wonder
on
what
the
that
Orient
could
Express.
be.
Horror on the Orient Express, indeed. So, games in the new year, apart from my nonsense. Bear's running a game for various streamers. Sean, what are you doing in the new year? Anything different?
No, not really. Just my regular games that have been hiatus are coming back. We got AD&D coming back on Saturday, and my 5th Ed coming back later in the month, and I got to figure out a time for OSE. So,
And this Tuesday, something else is coming back.
is it this Tuesday? I was thinking
Yes,
it was
sir.
next week. Okay, well,
This Tuesday.
glad you reminded me. I was thinking it was next week for some reason.
Is it your Star Trek thing, Tuesday?
We won't disturb you with sci-fi talk, John. We'll leave you comfortable in your anachronistic medieval times.
Oh, John is coming to Canada, so we're going to make him sit through all 3 seasons of Classic Trek.
Oh, there we go.
I was going
Hey,
to say,
Sean.
can we go back in time and have a decent episode of Doctor Who?
You can. There's a little thing called
No.
DVDs. You can put them on anytime.
It's like traveling through time.
No, Sean.
Not the woke-filled episode that we had.
Well, you
This
didn't like the
Christmas.
Singing Goblins?
Oh no, the singing the goblins were fine. It was just the total direction to pleasing everybody that's not normal.
Yes, the quality of Doctor Who of late has been, shall we say, diminished.
Yeah, because Disney want them to appease to the woke generation.
Mhm.
I haven't watched Doctor Who since I was about 12 years old, and it was Tom Baker.
They've
I don't
had
know
good
who that is.
episodes since, but yeah, the last few years were lackluster. There is the occasional good episode in there, even with Jodie Whittaker, but for the most part, it was a shit show. The four specials they
I was
had
more
this
the
year.
writer than her.
Yeah, it's the writing for sure.
Oh my god, I was so excited for Jodie Whittaker when I saw the announcement. I'm like, this will be something
She could be good.
interesting.
Yeah, she could be
Oh,
good.
she's a good actress. She's a good actress.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress, and they didn't use her properly as an actress, and they wrote bullshit garbage stories. It was just not good, all top to bottom.
Yeah, but you
Chibnall
know,
should not
the
be
other
allowed
thing
near
that-
TV.
The other thing that annoys me about the whole concept of that, the fact that Chibnall wrote a couple of episodes, yes, they were rehashed classic stories of previous Doctors. So Lazarus Pit was just a reworking of Meglos. But they've worked together on Broadchurch, and yet he still fucks it up.
Yeah, well, he did some good work on Torchwood as well, and I was like, okay, so he knows what he's doing. He knows the universe, and suddenly
Yeah.
everything he gave
But
us.
the thing is that he helped write Broadchurch. He worked with Chibnall and Tennant on that, and yet he says and then there's no proof that he can write for Jodie in Doctor Who. It's like there's no logic in all that.
But is that his quality, or is that what the producers told him to do? The problem I have with some of this is,
No, Chibnall had creative control over the 13th Doctor's era, so
Yeah.
and they like the writing team itself was bad. Like they brought one guy or a girl, I don't remember if it was male or female, or neither, who knows. They had like no credits, like they were fresh. They had one of their Doctor Who stories. It was one with the deaf girl or the blind girl at the end of the first season, I think, of Jodie Whittaker's first season. That writer had no credits. That was their first job. It's like, what are they doing writing for something like Doctor Who?
Which has been going for 50, 60 odd years.
60 years. Thank you.
And is a beloved franchise that should be respected. Even if I don't watch it myself, I understand that it should be respected because there have been legions of fans. It was massive when I was a kid. Yeah. Anyhow, you mentioned Torchwood. We went to a pantomime in Birmingham a few years back, and
Hey, John
the actor-
Barrowman.
John Barrowman, yes, he starred in it. He was very good.
Which
Highly
one was that?
entertaining.
Was that Babes in the Wood?
I can't remember.
Was that the Robin Hood one when he was
I
when
don't
he was
know.
in
I've
his
been
tights?
drinking tonight. Don't ask me any questions. I've been drinking tonight.
Are we doing a pub quiz?
You can do a pub quiz if you want.
Let's do one. I'm up. I'm up.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do it.
Ask me questions.
Keep an eye on the
I'll-
the timer, though. We got 6 minutes to John's countdown.
Yeah, I haven't written any new questions since Joker's been to my last pub quiz, so he'll have heard them all before, but he'll have forgotten them, I guess.
All right, go on. I'll stay quiet if I know him.
Has anyone got any
if we're
favourite
going to do
trip-
this, what is the biggest gaming convention in the world?
Claricon.
UK Game Expo.
It's not UK Game Expo. I know
It's
Gen
very-
Con's been very big the last few years, but it's probably bigger than that. Is there some Warhammer thing that's bigger? I have no clue.
Isn't it Spiel something over in Germany?
Wouldn't know.
Oh, I'll double check that one. But it's where they have all games. It's not just our D&D and stuff
Mm.
like that. It's the
And sorry, I want to scroll back. Just General Nut asked me if I was doing any YouTube videos in the near future. Yes, your grand appearance in the review caps is in the editing suite. Probably about 80% done. I've been dragging my feet, but it's getting there. It's slowly coming along.
80% means what? what in terms of time frame, roughly?
Oh well, I mean, I theoretically could have it out tomorrow if I wanted to, but that's not going to happen.
Spiel
Well,
S. That's what it is. Spiel S.
Tomorrow I'm going to watch Bear and Cody's stream regarding making a character for Palladium, so I've got some idea of what's going on, because I have to admit I have none whatsoever. One of the reasons why I quite enjoy the idea of playing a modern human in the Palladium world is because I can be clueless, and I am clueless, and I can just be utterly clueless and fumble away. You'll see Clueless.
I'm still trying to decide if I want to get a Palladium box or not.
I just can't see you as Alicia Silverstone there, John.
In Batman and Robin.
Anything will be an improvement of that film.
Is he going to wear pink?
I can if you want.
No, that's Legally
Clueless is
Blonde.
actually a good movie. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
Which one? Sorry?
Clueless
I
wasn't
mean-
bad.
Clueless.
Oh,
It's
Clueless,
actually
yeah.
a fun
Yeah,
movie.
it was fun.
It's an adaptation of Emma, right?
Yeah.
Jane Austen, yeah.
Those of you who think I possess anything that can be described as being shame is that you are sorely deluded, I'm afraid. You know, I have no shame. I will admit that now.
Cody, we're going to keep him, I think, in the Palladium fantasy for now, though his character idea was rather annoying and difficult to make work, but it'll work.
Oh, sorry, Bear.
So you started with an OCC, and then we had to work backwards from there, as opposed to this is what the guy is, and then we find the OCC that fits. That's the way you should have done it.
Mm.
Is it?
And I
Really?
kept telling you during the conversation, you're applying too much D&D logic to this. Stop applying D&D logic to this.
Oh,
It's
oh,
not
oh,
D&D.
I wasn't applying any logic apart
I want
from
to be a thief. I like playing thieves. I like being thief character. Thief characters are the best. I like being thieves.
Yeah, I like playing sort of roguey sort of characters.
Exactly. That's a D&D mentality 100%. In Palladium fantasy, thieves are thieves. You know what I mean? They're not skillful guys who do stuff really well. They're fucking like, give me your money. You know, like they're thieves.
As I said to you in that chat though, since we discussed all of that,
Yes.
all I've done is shit and work.
That's
So I've had no time to check up what Palladium's about. I've
It's
just
also
been crapping and I've been working. That's it.
and that's the picture that you paint with your words, sir. It's just
Yeah.
you
On
must be an
Wednesday,
amazing storyteller.
On Wednesday, I gushed out 7 pounds in weight. It was marvelous.
Oh, wow.
The rest
There's a
is
reason why
waiting.
Hollywood girls use diet pills and X-Lax to, lose weight.
Yeah. So, if anyone isn't aware in chat, yes, I had to have a camera thing Wednesday. It was lovely. That's why I didn't stream.
You should have streamed that.
Yeah, Omanel, get
Oh,
the
no,
get the
God.
Palladium box, Omanel.
What's that?
Get the Palladium box, but be sure to follow the instructions.
Oh yeah, no, I've been reading the instructions. I mean, the lore is what interests me more. The system, the system just isn't for me. But that's fine. That says I got the TMNT. I backed the TMNT stuff. Just waiting until they open the backer kit to see which covers I want.
Right. I am just going to say we are at 23:59.
All right.
They're
Are
going
there
off, yes.
things going on in the background at the moment. As soon as it hits 0000, I'll be raising this glass, and I will be hoping that the rest. Joker looks very interesting outside your window right now.
I can hear a bunch of fireworks.
That's right. Oh wow, Joker! Look at that!
Yeah.
Look at that!
Oh yeah.
Oh well, fuck.
All right. Well, fireworks are going. Let's toast.
It's not midnight here yet, though.
Isn't Joker in the same time zone as you?
Yeah, but
Yes.
they're early over there.
No,
there
it's
we
just
go.
changed.
There we go.
All
There we
right.
go. It's just changed. Happy
Happy New Year,
Punch
everyone.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year to you,
Yeah.
unappreciative parent nation state of us over here.
Oh, hey, look! We can
There
see
we go. You can see
also
outside
from
my
the-
window, and my family are downstairs chanting and shouting. They'll probably expect me to run down and tell you what. You behave yourselves. I'm just going to run downstairs and wish you a
Fuck
happy New
no.
Year.
All right, time to demonetize him. No.
Yeah. No, seriously,
some-
I'll get yourself a gift box. You'll be happy.
No,
That's all I can say.
And I saw what you got, which was
Who
actually
wants a
glad that
D&D
you like the,
D&D UI?
What is wrong with you?
That list is a little too long.
Fair.
as everyone's showing outside their windows there. No, when I was in Germany and they used to have the fireworks around Frankfurt, that was always like, wow. People just send those up all the time.
Hey, look, Grandma's being political. What a shock, Grandma.
Are we allowed? No, we.
Somebody survived the reindeers.
Oh.
Remember, don't drink the reindeer piss.
No, you're supposed to if you're Norwegian.
I believe
Or is that Finnish?
I believe the great poet Franklin Zappa once said, "Watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow."
Now,
You don't have
those
to
of
be
us-
in the corner, Grandma. You're adorable. Stop your nonsense. You're adorable.
well, you guys have had your New Year's. Bear and I have to wait 5 hours.
Yep.
Oh, Manel, you're an hour behind us. You're in Central Time. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I may be asleep by then because we're going to go out and do more stuff at the farm tomorrow. So, darn it. But in the new world, met the old world.
Wow. Typing's hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been drinking.
I see, and I feel like I'm just boring now because I'm not drinking. I'm feeling the peer pressure. Sadly, I have no
Oh, wow.
alcohol. I'm wondering if I should go buy alcohol, so I'm safe.
Hey, Barry, you're not the only teetotaler here. So,
I'm not a teetotaler. I'm just poor.
oh, okay. I'm a teetotaler.
Oh, and no moonshine left.
A totalitarian?
Well, aren't we chatty?
Mhm. Yeah.
So Sean,
We said Happy New Year. What else is there to say? I mean, fuck off.
All
here.
right, bye. Let's all leave. When John comes back, we're not here, you know.
hey, Sean, when is your
Yep.
next video coming out?
I don't
Or
know.
have y'all caught up?
I've got 3 in the queue. The next one up is the first Claricon recap. That one's almost done. Then I've got the second Claricon recap, and then I've got one regular game that we did shortly after Claricon, and then that's it. That's then I'm caught up. But then my games start up again as of Saturday. So the first game back for Night Below starts Saturday. So the Night Below recaps shall resume. So it's just a matter of getting my act in gear and putting the work in. But holidays, sale, my place sold. I don't know if those
Oh,
of you know.
fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that.
So all of that's done. I mean, closing is the end of January, but all their deposit is in and all the legal stuff is done. So if they back out, they forfeit their deposit. So I don't think that's happening.
So they have their earnest money to be paid.
Right, I'm back. I've been and said hello to the family, and thank you to everybody in chat who's wished me and everybody here Happy New Year. Andy, tomorrow I'll be online. I might be a bit of a vegetable, but I'll be online. Everybody says Happy New Year. Yeah, thank you. I won't say hello to Richard yet. There's Coco as well. Hello. A few lurkers just sort of popping out. Zatirok as well, popping out and saying Happy New Year. Right, what were you talking about while I was away? Anything interesting? Or?
Just asking me when my videos were coming. John, your favorite modules within hand, within reach.
It's shit, that is. It is shit.
It is not. It is very playable.
It's worked okay for you despite the poor writing of the module.
It's poorly written, absolutely, but it plays well. That's the secret of it. Is it even despite its flaws, it plays well. And
And how would it run in the hands of a mediocre DM?
like any game will run poorly in the hands of a mediocre DM.
No, a mediocre DM, not a bad DM.
Yeah, even so.
I
But
would argue that U1, Sinister Secret Assault March, would run well in the hands of a mediocre DM. In a poor DM, it'd be bad. You don't
No, I
need to be
don't
a
know.
good DM to run that.
I think Sinister Secret is one of those ones that you have to have some skill. You have to create the town. You have to create Skull Marsh. There's no details there. And how many DMs will just run a player, players through the hack and slash style and watch them get butchered?
That's a poor DM.
Yeah, even a mediocre
Listen,
DM will do that.
An average DM will at least give it some life. But anyhow, here's to another year of the Forest Oracle, says the
Still going to run
K5K.
that. I'm still going to run that. I'm still going to save it.
How?
How? Obviously make some changes to the adventure, but it's
Just
salvageable.
tear out the adventure and write something new, you mean?
No, there is a salvageable adventure in it, so long as you make some certain bridges and changes in it. It looks
Are you going to redesign all of the maps?
no. You don't have to.
Everything can be tweaked if you know where to tweak them.
Yeah, Joker, you're new to D&D. You haven't seen the Forest Oracle.
Okay. Joker, don't let him taint you on this. Basically, the Forest Oracle N2 is considered the worst adventure ever written, and it's not good. Truly, it's not good. But like anything that gets published, there were seeds of good ideas within it, just poorly executed, or as I like to call it, 5th edition D&D. So what you do is you go and you find those seeds
What
and
is
you
that
expand
thing
on
in the
them.
background?
That's Shed Dweller, being a Shed Dweller, I think.
Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe that's why my fireworks are still going on outside.
Anyway, Forest Oracle is salvageable, completely salvageable.
Name
But you
an
need a
adventure
good
That's probably
DM,
just the
I
look on my
guess.
You need
face.
a very good DM. Name an adventure that's not salvageable then. Do we have any that aren't salvageable?
I mean, anything could be salvaged.
Yeah.
You take the good idea, you fix it up.
Knock out a wall here or there,
Now-
put up some nice beads.
Here's the real question:
Put a rampart in.
is an adventure worth salvaging?
Yes.
I'd say the Forest Oracle isn't.
And I'd say you're patently wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
And I will invite you to play in it when I run it.
As long as she doesn't trademark it, you're okay. Just the patent.
No, but I've read it, so unless you change it utterly,
I have it on my shelf. I specifically went out and bought it because of its reputation.
What about that one I tried to run as a choose your own adventure on the stream, Midnight on Dagger Alley?
Never read it. Don't know it.
I would say the
Is it-
core story could probably be used, but that module itself is meant to be a choose your own adventure, though. So
It doesn't work as a choose your own adventure, does it at all?
it doesn't now. But you could
No,
probably
let's
take
face
the
it.
idea and make it work. Everything just as long as it's got a workable logic, anything can.
It's
can
got a town
made.
in it that a DM could use for setting a game, but in terms of the actual plot and concept of the adventure, it's dog shit. Let's face it,
Wait,
it's
so
dog
it's meant to be a choose your own adventure, but it just doesn't work.
shit. It doesn't work at all. No, it's
Problem is when Choose Your Own Adventure was a big craze, everybody jumped on it. No matter what, how much tried to put decent effort in or not decent effort in. That's why there were so many books in the early 90s.
some of the choose your own adventures are a little bit formulaic, generic, too difficult, silly, whatever you want to call them. General, I would agree that certain parts of the Dragonlance, I think the concept of the Dragonlance series of adventures is a poor one. I think as a world, it's excellent. I like it as a world. It's
I
great.
thought about running it once upon a time, but like just filing off the serial numbers. And then running it without using any of the names, like, you know,
See
and
if
just sort
anybody
of
noticed.
just to see if people would figure out, wait a minute, we're playing Dragonlance, you know?
It's things in the adventure that seemingly must happen for the story to continue, but the players don't. What happens when you create an adventure? How many times do the players do something you don't expect?
Always.
Every damn time.
And you have to improvise. You have to tear up what you thought you were doing and make something up. The Dragonlance series does not allow you to do that. Let's say, for example, the first encounter in DL1, Dragons of Despair. Anyone remember that first encounter? Viewmaster Toad on a road. He stops, he monologues the party, and he rides off. What happens at that point, in terms of the whole storyline, if the party decide to attack him and manage to kill him? The DM has got to dig up everything that involves Viewmaster Toad later on.
That's
And
fine.
You got Biff the understudy taking his place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Viewmaster
it's just-
Toad's dead, and now Cragdor Master Skullfuck is going to get his revenge. Like, it doesn't matter, dude. You just roll with it.
It is just shit writing, though, isn't it?
No, it's absolutely shit writing, but it's salvageable, which is my point.
Should you have to? Should you have to salvage something in that way?
Oh dear God, I've never run a module as written in my life. Why would I
No,
start
no,
now?
that's not the point, though. That's not the point. I don't run them exactly as written, but they inspire me to run run adventures around the framework that the module presents. But if you have to do as much work to salvage it as you would as you would have to do in order to create your own adventure, if you're spending as much time if you read through a module and then you spend as much time salvaging it as you've done preparing and reading through it,
Mhm.
and you could have created something just as good by yourself in half
But
the
would you
time.
have? Would you have? It's a point of inspiration. It's a launching point, John. It's like, this inspired me. I'm going to fix some of the stuff I don't like about it, and I'm going to make it my own.
But if
That's the
you
beauty of
spent
inspiration.
more time doing that than you would have done otherwise,
I don't think
what's
you
the
would have
point
to.
of it? And you've spent money on it. What's the
I don't
point
think
of
you'd
it?
have to spend more time doing that. And I've spent money on
Well,
worse
that's what
things
I
that
was
gave me
gonna
less
say.
joy.
If you've spent money on something, then you would expect somewhat of a finished product with
Oh, then
little
don't get out of
alteration needed,
RPGs,
right?
Shad. Come on, get out of RPGs if that's your expectation. 'Cause you'll be heartbroken at every step of the way, buddy.
Well, and to be fair, that's how I feel about most RPGs. Is if I have to do more work to cobble it into the game I want, than either creating my own or finding a different system, then I'll just, that's what sometimes I think that people forget about. Whether it's 5e or anything else. But you can do this, yes, but it's so much more work. I'll just buy a different system that does it better for what I want. But yeah, I think that though it's just like movies. Is I watch it more for inspiration and don't want to follow the exact formulaic aspect to it. DL1 didn't bother me as much. At a certain point, the players, there is a buy-in whenever you're going to play. Take the DM's hook. Do not try derailing it just to derail it, because that's just being a jerk.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Sean here, because I know Sean's a bit of an expert on the old modules and stuff. Sean, answer Richard's question.
The best OG module, best run as written. I would say anything that's setting based, pretty much can run as is. Things
Village
like
of Hamlet.
Village of Hamlet, Keep on the Borderlands, Isle of Dread, even anything where you're based in a setting, because then there's no expectation, there's no through line that you have to match. You just play it out and see what happens, and you don't really have to change a thing. But stories that are beat and story are modules that are story based, like any of the Ravenloft module line, they're all very specifically laid out with story beats, and this has to happen here and there. Those are the ones that tend to go off the rails the quickest.
I
Sean's
find it
mentioned
interesting.
something.
People lament the Dragonlance modules for being railroads, but Ravenloft was kind of railroady in its own way as well, and like people just sing its praises because they love vampires.
I mean, the original I6 Ravenloft, it was a dungeon to explore. There were railroady elements to it, but it was nowhere on the same scale as
When you say railroad, do you mean like linear?
No,
very linear, yes.
linear
but-
linear is point A to point B storytelling. You can use linear very well, and with the player option still being there.
Okay,
Railroad
Bear's
is
gonna
when
find
no matter
railroad.
what the players do,
It
this is
plays out.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
going to bring up one other thing about Dragonlance
Okay.
versus
understand.
Ravenloft. Ravenloft was one module. Dragonlance was what 15, and I think that's the
17.
big difference. Yeah, it's but
17.
that was the problem was
Ravenloft
that-
was 2 modules
yeah,
originally.
it went too
Yes.
far. If it had been railroady for 1 or 2, it's like, okay, we'll play through it for the 1 or 2 modules. We're done. We'll do something different. But when you did that, is you were pretty much stuck with it for the entire campaign. And if you didn't like it, that was the problem that I found with the Dragonlance versus some of the others. Because like the Desert Desolation series, I'm okay with it. It's going to be 3 modules. We're going to be done. Okay, good.
Super railroady.
Yeah. But I'm okay with that as long as it's limited. I'm not, it's not going to be for like 1 or 2 years or more that we're going to be stuck doing this that I don't like.
That was part of the problem with Dragonlance, is that it was expected to go on for so long. But I'm gonna give you an answer to this. Sean's given some good examples of good modules that you can use, which don't need much modification. But if you were to use something like X1, the Isle of Dread, you need to inject something. You need to inject some story in there, because you've got a pure sandbox. You've got a lot of story elements. You've got to go with the flow. You've got to improvise. You've got to be creative. You've got to really do the DM thing, come up with these story ideas, and you've got to adapt it and know it. And running it as is, when there are stories missing, you've got to come up with, that's a bit odd to me.
But does that count as modification versus, sort of building on it, right? Like
I'm going to say yes, because I can come up with 2 modules that don't need modification, that present a storyline that is cohesive, that connects. Yes, it's quite linear, but there are things the players can do to alter the way it turns out. And that is UK2 and UK3, the Sentinel and the Gauntlet. You don't need to change those at all. They are great run as is.
Which ones?
UK2 and 3.
and UK3. UK2
What are they
and
with
3.
their names?
The Sentinel and the Gauntlet.
I like UK1 Beyond the Crystal Caves.
UK1 Beyond the Crystal Caves is a good adventure. Yeah, you're
Love
right.
that adventure. I've run it. I've run the 4E version. I've run it back in the day. Love that adventure. Why do you say bullshit to the UK 2 and 3, Sean?
I didn't say bullshit. No.
I heard you go bullshit. Like he's full of shit.
No. I don't disagree with him. I just the difference in the interpretation of modification. Like when somebody asks, do I have to modify the module? I'm thinking change what's in the module to make it work. Whereas I don't think of adding on to a module or injecting more stuff.
Oh, I do.
Using what's there.
Yeah.
I don't see that as modification. I think that's just organic growth of the game.
There were some adventures that are great.
What you do.
There were some adventures that are great that are designed to be added to, and they are things like I1, T1. They're designed to be added to. They're designed to be developed. B2 is another one that's designed to be developed. B4,
well,
another
setting
one.
Based,
They're setting based, and they are great. B4 especially, I love it to bits. But you've got to give it a bit of life as a DM. You've got to really sort of lean into those individuals in that pyramid. You've got to think about how they're going to interact with the players.
That's
In
true of
UK2
any module. You still have to, even if it's laid out beat by beat, you still have to
true.
infuse your elements. You still have to be
UK2
willing to improvise and adapt.
In UK2 and UK3, and to some extent UK4, it does provide you with a way of doing that, which can work and will work in most instances. It doesn't need too much adaptation. And I think the only flaw those adventures have is they're possibly a little short if the players follow them as intended. But they work beautifully if they do follow them as intended. They work really well.
Well, short is good
Easy
too, because sometimes you want to wrap things up in a session or two.
Yeah, true.
Like I love little one-shot scenarios. I sprinkle them into my games all the time.
They're not one shots. I mean, you're talking 10 to 12 hours per module.
Right. But I love mini scenarios. Call them mini scenarios then, because you never know, a mini scenario could grow into something unexpected.
I mean, I love UK3. The Gauntlet it's up there with Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh as being my favorite early AD&D adventure. Simply because that keep is so beautifully designed, and the moment when you think you've won and a rock smashes into the side of the tower that you're in and the enemy disappears, yes, it's railroady, that bit. Who cares? Players will look out the window and they'll see an army massing across the other side of the valley, and the players will look across there and go, oh shit. That moment has gravitas. It's the single biggest oh shit moment in the history of AD&D.
Which adventure are we talking about?
The Gauntlet.
Never read it.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
Cheers, Grandma.
Yeah, but also at
Grandma.
the same time, it can only be good if you got somebody with expression like the most of you lot that can actually bring it to life instead of just reading
Yeah, I
it
mean,
by text.
any module does need a competent DM to run well. There are very few that a bad DM can get by and run well. You don't need to be a brilliant DM though to run a good module and make it enjoyable.
No, but you know what I mean. If you're going to be a DM, you got to be at least competent at kind of storytelling in general, or knowing when to emphasize and what not to, not just read it like you would read a book quietly to yourself.
Yeah, of course. But that's all part of being a competent DM.
The halls of gaming are littered with the bodies of broken campaigns and modules of bad DMs, sir.
Yes.
They are plentiful and self-assured.
We've got 3 regular DMs here who I would describe as being not competent, but more than competent, because we can come in here and talk about our philosophies and the way we work, and we've all had good feedback. We've all got channels that are based on things that we've done as players and DMs, and we had enough good feedback to be confident enough to be able to express those thoughts.
That's
fair. Is that fair? Mercurius, you are right. All DMs start as incompetent. Absolutely. It's a learning process. We all have our own styles, and all of our styles will not.
All DMs are good until they turn into prima donnas.
No, I disagree with that.
I know a couple that think they're better than anybody else.
Well, I am, though. That's the point. Like, it's not that I think I'm better than everybody else. I clearly am arguably better than everyone else. I'm also arguably the greatest astronaut who's ever lived. Arguably is the stupidest term you can possibly use, because if you're good at arguing, you can argue anything.
He used to be conceited. Now he's just convinced.
The thing is,
I like that. That's good.
I think to be a good DM, you have to have a degree of confidence in your ability.
I think the best DMs suffer from imposter syndrome on a high level. And I think that's what drives them to do better, is because they're always doubting themselves. So they want to try and work better, do better, play better, be smarter, whatever the case may be. And I think that's the downfall of the mediocre or the garbage GM, is that they are so self-assured and they think they're just killing it every time. And let's be honest, unless you have that one guy in the group who's like, you fucking suck, Steve. Most people are like, no, it was great. I really enjoyed the game tonight. Thanks. Yeah, see you next week. You know what I mean? And they don't bother to go.
They don't show up. They don't show up the next week because I've got something came up.
Well, the other
my
thing
grandmother
is
ate the baby.
Most players are willing to accept a mediocre GM because they enjoy playing and getting together with their friends. That's the other part too. Is we all talk about great this and great that, and sometimes players get spoiled. Like, well, I expect everyone to be like this, rather than like, hey, it's an excuse to sit around, talk with my friends, do something for the weekend better than.
I love when that happens. That is literally my favorite part of Omanal right there.
Watching TV mindlessly. You know, it's
the worst was in high school. because you don't have a lot of life experience going on, so you as a DM start
That's
to
true.
pick from movies and TV shows and books and comics little ideas and try and bring them in. And you get that one fucking player who eventually, when you run a good original idea, who goes, "That's cool. What movie did you take that from?" And you're like, "Go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself."
I will freely admit, when I was a teenager, I was a shit DM. I would just read out the book and play out the encounter as the mechanics dictated. Simple as that. But that's how you learn.
Yeah,
That's
but
how
did
you
you
learn.
did you read out of the book fresh as you were DMing?
Yeah, completely.
Oh, that's
I didn't have
awful.
time to prepare. I went to a
Wow,
school
what a
where
shit show that must have been.
I went to a school where we had tons and tons of homework, so I didn't have time to prepare.
You're supposed to skip your homework, throw it to the side, and make
Yeah,
excuses.
what's wrong with
I
you? You're
tried.
trying to be like,
I
"I'm
tried as
smart."
much as I could.
You think you're smarter than a bullet, college boy?
I barely got out of high school because I skipped all my homework, but damn, my D&D games rocked.
I never.
It's only since I've come back to the hobby in the last 10 years that I've realized just how little you need to have written on the page, but how much you need to know in there about what you're doing beforehand. You just need bullet points on the page. The last Call of Cthulhu adventure I ran, and I've run it twice now, has only half a page of notes on a letter-sized page. Both times it's created a 4 or 5 hour session. People at the end of it have said, "You need to write that up. That's really good." And I've gone, "Well, write up what? Well, obviously what you've got written down." And it's like a series of bullet points that I've just bullshitted on
You,
as I've gone along.
write things down?
I make some bullet points as I do,
Wow.
but I get distracted, so I just need to make sure things that I remember.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite of whatever ADD is. I have the opposite of that. Actually, ADHD. I have like attention lethargy, focus syndrome, which is I just like super fixate and remember everything I can about the thing I'm doing at the
I
time.
don't remember.
Yeah.
So I have bullet points which help
Yeah,
me.
it's absolutely OCD, by the way, completely. It's I have complete OCD.
I mean,
And as a
with me,
result, I
though,
remember everything.
all it takes is a bullet point just to make me send me off in a tangent for 20 minutes.
All it takes is my players. All right, so here's the
That can happen.
situation.
That
Here's
can
what's going on. What do you do?
Yep.
And watch them go.
I love being the hands-off DM. I just sit back, put them in a situation, let them engage with each other. If they have a question, they ask me. I'll explain the scenario as they've adjusted it, but for the most part, players are just interacting. That's why I love when you get improvisers who can interact in character. It's fantastic.
That was me last night with MERP. I mean, the amount of work I haven't done for that MERP campaign.
You guys just like to start the fire and watch it burn.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then every now and then, have a goblin with a can of gas run through. That's what happens.
Wonder
Just
who
do
that
it nice.
is.
See what the
you know
nice
what?
land and what they say.
You know what? I'm really glad of this. Lee has been a constant supporter of our channel. He's been involved in multiple chats and what have you for the last several months or so. He's been here for most of my streams. So excellent stuff.
Congrats and well done, Mercurius.
Nice one.
That Mercurius, he's really, his moods switch very quickly. That Mercurius,
You might even call it.
It's like Quicksilver.
Yeah.
it's yes. Thank you, thank you.
Mm.
But
My New
I
Year's
just wonder.
resolution: be nicer to Omanal. Thank you, Omanal.
I wonder why he's Mercury and gold, though. Can you mix the two?
I love gold.
He's liquid gold.
I'm only used to
Yeah.
fool's gold myself. That's still a type I have.
But yeah, last night we had a good hour where they encountered three lost sheep, and that made for a little storyline as the characters tried to catch these sheep and grapple the sheep and take them back to the village that they'd just developed, and thus miss any chance of hiring a group of mercenaries who they knew were leaving in 2 or 3 days' time from another village, another town, because they were going backwards and forwards with these sheep that they found.
Sheep can be a lot of fun. I ran a game one time where they had just arrived in this town and they decided they were going to set up shop in this town. and they had heard about the abandoned wizard's tower. So the wizard was very much like, I'm going to own that place. And they were sitting around the tavern having lunch on a table, enjoying the sunlight, and a sheep, just walked straight up to the wizard and looked and went, help. And the look on the fucking player's face, mwah. It's like, what the fuck? What? The sheep talked? What the fuck? And he just started like going D&D crazy. He's like going through his spells. What can I cast? He was trying to figure out, like, it was amazing.
Sure, I
it was the wizard that from the on the tower had been polymorphed by an enemy into a sheep and needed them to help him get unpolymorphed. But it was just so much fun watching the player lose his fucking mind over a sheep.
I mean, yeah, these were just sheep, and I had all sorts of questions about when were they last sheared and how healthy do they look and all that sort of stuff.
Your players went deep. What are they, New Zealander?
I mean, Sean will be really happy about this, but they were generated from that table in the Arnor book, which that one there, you won't be able to read any of it 'cause it's really small, but a roll of 29 on that table.
Randomly generated. I approve.
Randomly generated. There you go.
I actually approve too.
Yeah, and it created an hour of deciding what to do with 3 random sheep that wandered into camp during the night.
So, sorry, New Zealand didn't work. Were they Welsh?
Welsh, yeah.
Wow.
Often I must remember the UK is like America. You don't really care about anything outside of your immediate sphere of influence. So
No,
New Zealand's a little
Pretend
bit
to.
long gone for you now.
we pretend to.
Yeah.
We pretend to show compassion, but we really don't care. No.
We know. Trust me. I live in the Commonwealth. We know.
Yeah. Bow down to the memory of our queen, why don't you?
No, I'm just waiting for that. I think the first money has come out with King Charles on it now. And it's just like, oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well played, you pommy cunt.
He's not a commie, he's a royalist. Get it right.
No, pommy.
Oh,
Pommy.
Pommy. Okay.
Pommy.
Prisoner of Mother England.
Yep. Got it. I heard commie. That's all.
You just heard cunt and we're like, everything had a C.
I still remember in
Just
4th
word in
grade,
the
I had
English
learned
language.
all of the English king and queens, as an American. I just thought that was interesting.
Omanel, give me a year between 1066 and the current day.
We'll say 1435.
Henry VI.
I think that's right.
Okay.
I remember. Because I'm thinking that's after Henry V. So I was like, all right, I assume you're right.
What year's the Battle of Agincourt?
Agincourt, 1415.
Wasn't he already king by then?
That was Henry V was king, not
Oh,
Henry
26.
VI.
Sorry, that's right. My apologies. Who cares? Bunch of inbred, big-eared.
Sorry, I'm a
weirdos.
nerd. 1453.
Yes.
Yeah, Dark Knight has picked an awkward year there, hasn't he? He's picked the start of the War of the Roses, and that is the year Henry VI and Edward IV get into fisticuffs, and it changes hands a few times. So yes, Dark Knight, you've picked that on purpose. There we go.
Why is he from Yorkshire?
This son of York.
I'll fucking have him.
And then the whole Kings and Queens.
Have anyone ever
and then
done
the-
Richard III
should have
as,
been,
with a Yorkshire accent? I think that would be kind of funny to see.
Well, he was Richard of Gloucester, so no, he wouldn't have had a
It's
Yorkshire accent.
Made glorious summer by this son of York. No, is that he was a son of York? Or is it just because of the family York? Is that it?
He fought.
No, there was a Richard who was a Grand Old Duke of York, right?
but that wasn't Richard III.
So what the fuck was
No, it
Shakespeare talking about then, you cunts?
Shite.
Shakespeare was
Richard
entertaining the
III.
masses. He was,
Richard III
He
was
was the
Duke of
Michael Bay
Gloucester.
of his time.
Oh,
Richard was Duke of Gloucester. He would have talked. He'd be ooh sort of accent from Gloucestershire.
Wow, is that what they sound like?
are you sure?
Wow.
He didn't need to speak all French?
No, he wouldn't have spoken French. No.
You're gonna kick his ass out, huh?
Well, no, because of royalty out there, he spoke French until what year?
I noticed John rearranged us, so all of us colonists are on the bottom there.
I
Yeah,
haven't
I
rearranged
noticed that
anything,
too,
but
right?
it has turned out really rather pleasant because we've got we do have a Lancastrian on the in the middle on the top, and that's a bit odd. From Burnley.
Yeah, it's weird that like we're called Lancastrians, even though Lancaster is in Lancashire and Lancashire is the county. Should be Lancashirians or some shit.
Lancashire folk.
But you live quite close to Cheshire, though, don't you, in Burnley?
There's only one good
It's
thing
about
about
maybe an hour and a half away.
Oh, you're that far up? Huh? I've not been to Burnley.
Hey,
I've been to
there's only
Wigan.
one good thing about Lancashire, and that's Wigan.
I said I've been to Wigan.
It's about 35 miles to Manchester and about 50 miles to Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Come on, man. Come on, you can do it.
Maybe
So
about the same distance away from Leeds as well, actually.
DK's a proper nerd. DK's a proper
We'll give
nerd.
you some free maple syrup.
I thought owls were nocturnal.
What,
So George Formby came from
The
Wigan.
owls are not what they seem. Clearly. All right, let's.
Have
do
any
it.
of you actually seen an owl's legs before?
No,
No,
we
it's
should
too
do
much
it,
on
yes.
its
Covered
own
in
and
fluff.
when it sits down.
You'd think that they've got just those little feet, but if you lift up their like feathers or whatever, they got fucking really long ass legs.
Do you
Yeah.
often accost random birds in the forest?
Well, no, I've just seen a picture. That's all.
I'm
He's
just picturing you
Lancastrian.
chasing owls around the yard now.
Fireworks
look,
still
look.
going off.
Have you ever seen a
He's
shaved bear?
Lancastrian. And have you seen his cultish garb that he wears at night? This sort of hooded gown that
Yeah.
he wears.
Sean, I heard that, and yes, a shaved bear is even more terrifying than an
Yeah.
unshaved bear.
It's crazy.
They are disturbing without fur.
They're nightmare fuel. It's Call of Cthulhu-esque nightmare fuel. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like chimpanzees when they show them without fur? You're like, holy crap!
Well, Mother Nature's into like really some dark shit.
There was a guy we used to hang around with when he chose to hang around with us. We didn't choose
If
to
we
hang around with
cross bear and omenal, do we get an omenal bear?
him.
I don't like being the end of that human centipede. Thank you very much.
No, there was somebody we used to know who we referred to as the strategically shaved chimpanzee because of the way he acted. And I've killed conversation with that.
Yeah,
Wet
you did.
koalas and shaved bears are the things of Cthulhu's nightmares. And you have just been a poet there, Nerd's Nerd. So I heard.
Houghton didn't even know it.
Hello, Dungeon Minister.
Hello, Dungeon Minister. How are you doing? How are you doing, sir?
Long time no
you-
see.
You fed the ministerlings. Now I take it, and now you're just chilling for the night. The ministerlings. Yes.
Why does that sound Cthulhuid?
The Ministerinos.
Yes.
I have a lonely
The,
cat.
the mini ministers.
Alcohol.
Well, yes, but the question is, which one is the top? You know, so we can call that one the prime minister.
I once again, as a member of the Commonwealth, I'm petitioning you to kick Omenal out like you did to me, please.
Is there a?
Don't worry, he'll kick himself out randomly.
Yeah.
Is,
He
is
always
your-
comes
is-
back.
Is there a large oak in your garden, Dungeon Minister, that is the ministry?
Oh, for fuck's
Was he in the band? That's the real question.
Oh yeah. Bit of Al Jorgensen. Yes. Wow. There we go. Okay, so who's streaming next tonight?
I'm going on with Boivin at 9:10 Eastern. We're doing our thing, but that's about 2 hours from now.
I'm making phone calls to friends I haven't talked to in 3 months.
Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Okay. Omenal, you haven't got a channel. Joker, you haven't got a channel. Yeah, Martin, you've got a channel, but you don't show your face or show your voice on your channel. But you're killing us with views.
Alhamdulillah, yes. Thank God. I hit 20k views on a video. I hit 10k views on another video, but I still only got 85 subscribers. But considering I started out with 5, I'm pretty happy.
Mm-hmm.
We're in
I
the-
would
we're
take
the-
a shot, but I'm
so
going to let
bad.
it go and be nice to you and say
Look
congratulations.
who I've got.
A cat.
Hello, kitty.
Oh, okay.
Let me go.
We're-
Run away.
Chaps, we're in the wrong sphere to get clicks on YouTube. I mean,
Big time.
yeah, I mean, Iman sits there and plays some Metal Gear Solid, does some things that people who play that game don't know, and he gets tons of views. As
Holy
in,
Victor.
it's 20,000 views you've had on one video.
Yeah. It got basically nothing for the first 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it just boomed.
Fair play. Right,
It's life is rough
resolutions.
being an RPG.
I don't just do stuff that people don't know, though, by the way. I also do, like, guides on how to do difficult parts of the game and stuff.
That's fair enough. But I still say you need a camera, you need to talk people through it. And
I'm
inject
slowly
your
but surely upping my production value, don't worry.
introduce you and your personality and your voice to those videos, and it will take off.
Do you
Right.
reckon people want to hear my northern accent?
Absolutely,
Oh.
they do. Absolutely. Right. Good resolutions for 2024. First things first, I want to go around the table. Did you have any resolutions for 2023? Did you succeed in any of them? Do you have any new ones for 2024? Iman, we'll go you first.
Did I have any for 2023? No, I didn't, actually, to be honest.
Have you got any for 2024?
Yes.
Go on then.
The main one, the one I want to focus on, is just be a better person.
Oh.
No, I mean it. Like, I know I might seem
be on
alright,
camera by
but
the end of the year.
no, I mean it though. Like, I know I seem alright, but you know how everyone is. Everyone's got their own shit that they're dealing with. But
Yeah, of course,
honestly,
of course.
being in this community and talking to you guys and interacting with you guys has helped a lot. So thank you all so much, honestly.
But the thing is, you know yourself. We're all our own worst critics.
Yeah.
Iman, see you in May, June for the UK Games Expo.
Yes, that'll be nice.
Oh yes. Are we meeting up before we all go in?
I think we should.
Whatever. I think we should. Yeah. So, Joker, did you have any New Year's resolutions, or have you any for the next year coming?
No, I've never really kept them, and I can't remember the last time I set any.
Okay, fair enough. Well, what about you, Sean?
My resolution for 2024 will be 1080p.
Did you have any for 2023?
God, no. I don't play that game. I don't play the game of I'm going to do this and then just ignore it. No.
Omen out.
I'm going to try reading more books from the appendix in.
Fair enough. Bear?
I'm like Sean. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. I don't know. I don't do resolutions. I think it's silly. But I do set goals for myself and try and achieve them. And my goal for 2023 was to grow the community that I've become a part of and make it bigger and do well. And I think we've succeeded admirably at that task. And my goal for 2024 is continue.
Cool. I made some live on stream last year. They involved losing a bit of weight, going back to my judo, and playing more games.
And you got what, one of the three?
I've lost a bit of weight. That is true.
Yeah, but
I
that's
haven't
all
gone
the
back to
last
my
week.
Most of it is in the last week. Yes, that's right. I haven't gone back to the judo because there's nowhere that runs sessions on the right nights of the week, sadly.
May I address Dungeon Minister when you have a moment, please?
Go on then. Yeah.
No. Okay, I'm good.
Is
Thanks.
that all? All right. the other one is play more games on Discord. Spend more time playing games. That's why the channel exists. And I'm proud to say that one has succeeded 200%, far and beyond what I expected. So
2 out of 3 is really good.
2 out of 3 is all right. Yeah. There we
Most
go.
people don't even get 1.
Losing hair doesn't count as weight.
Losing hair doesn't count as weight. Fuck.
Right.
Yeah,
It was
2 out
that
of 3 ain't
plan.
bad, says a famous person I remember.
Meatloaf. There are 4 of us here who have hair lossy sort of stuff, and 2 here who have full heads of hair.
Yeah, mine's
I
going.
wouldn't say full.
In about
I
2
mean,
years, this gray will
my
be
hairline
white.
is so bad.
I have hair, I just choose not to let it grow.
I used to have a widow's
yeah, as
peak.
excuses.
I used to have a fucking widow's peak. When I would go get my hair cut, hairdressers would just fucking wax about how great and thick and curly and auburn my hair was and how many of their female customers would kill to have my hair. And then one day it went Bill Murray on me. And then I just started shaving my head because life was easier.
I used to have dreadlocks.
I used to
All
have
right,
metal
guys,
hair,
I'm gonna
dude.
head out because I'm going to play some game that my son wants to play. So, all right, see you later.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Later. Happy New Year.
Who's off? Oh, who
Oh, no.
went? Omanel.
no.
Oh, cheers, cheers, Omanel. Cheers, Omanel.
Spending time with his son. I'm not going to last much longer either. I want to get on the phone.
No, I'm not going to last, but not much longer as well because it is 1:45 here now.
When are you planning?
Jen-
Going to go to 1?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll go to 1 o'clock
right.
and then we'll stop. General Nut, yeah, I fully understand this one, General Nut. You are quite right. That's what I'm doing right now. But, hey ho.
Hey, do you know what though? One thing I've always said is, thankfully, I've got a good beard. So if I did lose my hair, it wouldn't be that bad.
Don't tell him.
But don't turn your head upside down.
Iman does grow a very, very lustrous beard in a very short amount of time. He has proven that.
Yeah, just go back a few weeks onto one of the streams and you'll see it. It was like
Absolutely, yeah. One of the things one of the things I am most proud about for 2023 is that new people have come to regular RPG gaming directly through my Discord, and I'm happy with that. 2 of them on stream at the moment. Another one will probably chime in tomorrow in the form of Roland.
Well, I kind of took a roundabout course of coming from not necessarily the stream, but your other
My quiz.
outside activities.
My quiz, yeah. You're a regular on my Sunday night quiz. And this is the reason why I've been doing what I'm doing. I like people to come into the hobby, but I like people to come in and play the way that, I know it sounds elitist, but the way that we like to play. It's different to how a lot of people push the hobby nowadays.
I was going to say, like I said to you initially. I mean, I had dabbled in the latest version of it, which was way over my head, and this version, and all the ones we're running at the minute are very pleasing.
I'll let you know something though, Joker. MERP, you played your first MERP game last night. It's a much more complicated system than 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I'm on about how I was trying to be brought into the latest way they do D&D and
The
whatnot.
key is though with MERP, with old school gaming, the idea is that most of the mechanics are dealt with by the DM, and the players just narrate what they want to do. The DM deals with it.
Yeah.
And is that right, Sean? Bear? It's an old school way of doing it.
It can be, but there's no tried and true. I mean, no hard and fast way. Like even the 3 of us have vastly different gaming styles, and
That's true. That's true.
everything's
But I
valid.
think I get the impression that Joker started with it. Played a few 5e games, and it was all a bit much. And 5e can be if it's left for the player to digest everything, because it's all presented in the player's handbook. The player should know all of this. And what I like about old school games is the mechanics are generally kept out of the books. It's the DM's job to run the mechanics.
Mhm.
It's the player's job to say what they're going to do.
That's true in the presentation of the books, but in reality, most players that got into the game tried to learn the rules.
Mm.
They would read the DMG, despite that warning.
They
that
didn't
they'd
have
be
to, though.
murdered.
They didn't have to, though.
They didn't have to, but they did, because most players, people wanting to do a game, were going to game the system. They're going to want to try to game the system. And that's how, I think one of the reasons D&D evolved the way it did, so the system could be gamed, so players could find the hooks and the exceptions and the tricks. Whereas, the original idea, as you say, keeping the rules out of players' hands was meant to add a level of mystique, so players didn't have to think about rules. But ultimately, players learning a game are going to try to figure out how to beat the game, so they will dive into those rules. So even in the old school, that's where all the arguments came from.
True. But then I think as players mature, they realize that that's a bit of a duff way of approaching it.
Sure, but it's not going to stop it from happening. And there are still a lot of players who just want to beat the game. Even mature players, they're going to analyze. They're going to look for the idea of just building a story and playing a character that's meaningless. They just want to analyze the mechanics and try to overcome the game itself. And so that it's not an invalid form of play, but it's not one, as you say, as you get older, things change. You want a different experience out of the game, and you realize that if you can learn to let go, both as a player and a DM, you can learn to let go and let things happen. Magic can happen, but everybody's going to go for that phase of, I'm going to beat this game, so I got to know the rules.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. People do go through a phase, but I think it's part of maturing, becoming more experienced, growing up with a game.
Hello, Brian.
Wait, Brian's here? I gotta go.
He just popped in, yeah.
I know. I think we clashed heads over this, didn't we, Bear? This sort of concept of the idea of players going through phases and.
We clashed heads over this? When?
I think we butt heads a little bit over it. You disagreed and you refused to comment when I said
with what exactly?
I said that when players come new to the game, they're very fresh, often come with some very, very interesting ideas, and often they go into a mechanical phase where they try and break the game. Then more often than not, they become a little bit more mature, a bit more experienced, and try not to break the game afterwards.
I don't recall us disagreeing on this.
Unless you misunderstood what I was saying.
Well, there's also the British level of what a disagreement is and the Canadian level of what a disagreement is. The British level is, well, that's possible, but, and I can't believe he's completely shot down my argument. My God, Or that's like whatever. Canadians like, fuck you, you're wrong, and here's why. That's the Canadian level of a disagreement,
Okay, fair enough. I remember you not commenting when I was talking about that sort of topic.
I might have just been avoiding the topic in general at that point in time because I was getting a little sick and fucking tired of having shit shoved down my throat by people for having opinions. I had sort of reached a point there right around before Christmas, where I just had enough of people fucking judging me. But she's prettier than you, so I got to go, boys. Happy New Year. Take care.
Cheers, Bear.
Cheers, Bear.
Yeah.
Well, there goes Bear. He's been summoned by a young lady by the sound of things.
That was the impression I got.
Yeah.
I don't know what a lady is. It's been so long.
But
It's a thing on two legs, I believe.
They have legs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're lying down.
The ones you see online don't. Anyway, I haven't been paying any attention to chat for a while, so I'm a terrible host.
Let's have a look at chat.
You've just had a few drinks. It's fine.
A few.
Yeah.
General Nut says you're terrible at gatekeeping.
What?
Yeah. So I thought you were aware, John. As British people, 1 pint means a few means 10.
And it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well, here's the bottle. Can you? You can't see; it's too dark. The line now on the bottle is about there.
Okay. A healthy amount.
Yeah, and the cans that were in my bin beforehand as well. So yeah, no, I'm not.
You're doing well.
I'm not a heavy drinker, but I do occasionally have a little bit.
You
And I've had a
you
little bit
do
tonight.
definitely sound a bit more wavy.
Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. Manfred says he knows a very sexist joke. He can tell if anyone wants it.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is it
Would
sexist
any-
or just based?
It depends. We have had some ladies in chat tonight. So Manfred, you are free to offend them if you wish. But I wash my
Consequences be on
hands.
your head.
Yeah, consequences be on your head, Manfred. And make sure your wife is watching as well when you type this in.
You got 23 people.
It's
watching.
How have I got 23 people watching when I'm just a drunken idiot slurring on a Christmas Eve stream with nothing to talk
New
about?
Year's Eve.
New Year's
Gone back
Eve.
in time, yeah.
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve.
Man got so drunk he travelled back a week.
Shut it. Shut
He
it.
wants to do it all over again.
Is the punchline
Hodo.
Manfred God? Is the punchline Manfred? Well, yeah, it could be. Could be. I'm told that old school players always gatekeep, but you have 2 new players. That's because what you've been told is a lie, General Nut.
It's a dirty lie.
It's
We
a
want
dirty
everybody
lie.
to play. We just want them to play right.
All
If you
left.
listen to Twitter, Twitter will tell you that old school players are heretics. We're all horrible people. We all hate the world. We
And those are
all
our good
fought-
qualities.
Oh, yeah, of course. Good God. We just want everyone to play and enjoy themselves. That's it. We don't care who you are. We don't care who you claim you are. We don't care who
See,
you want to be. Just play.
Until I
That's
joined
it.
this community, I'd never played a game of D&D or anything like that in my life. And then there you go. And
Yeah.
these guys haven't been mean. Well, I mean,
Huh?
maybe John with his DMing can be a little bit mean sometimes, but
You've been accepted into our fold, Iman, haven't you?
yeah, it's I'm like a piece of I'm part of the furniture now. I love it.
Yeah, and look at your lovely dressing gown you're wearing. It is a cultist robe. You are part of the cult.
Yeah, this is my outside one. I have an inside one too. That one's black. This
We
is
know.
black
We
wood.
have seen it. We have seen the footage. We approve.
Yes. You need to join the. I don't know what you would even call this. It's not quite a dressing gown because there's no like thing. It's like all one piece. A sleeve blanket.
We do have 2 lovely ladies watching at the moment in the form of a nerd's nerd and Zatirok. I do apologize if you don't like being called ladies, but I'm British. I will call you ladies. But Zatirok is, of course, Squirrel Hermit's other half. Does Squirrel Hermit ever offend you, Zatirok?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I would get the feeling that she gives as good as she gets. So.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the
Yeah,
Hermit,
that's the
he
thing.
played-
Even that's always like what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Get it out with Optrix.
Optrex is an eye solution thing. I don't know if you have it in Canada, Sean.
No.
Anyway,
I've heard it.
Sean, in the new year, Drinking Quest.
Yep.
When?
Don't
Where?
know, but
How?
I got to basically load in the cards. I have the physical.
Okay. So speaking of Squirrel Hermit, who joined us in such a fantastic style last time, boozing away.
See, I
So-
have the cards on digital file, but they're on my other computer. So either I have to rescan
Old
everything,
battle axe.
or I have to plug in that other computer, which I should probably do anyway because there are files I need to get off of it.
Squirrel Hermit is here. There he is.
There we
So,
are.
Cody's in as well. So Dinking Quest, he says.
Thinking,
Has
oh,
Manfred-
he's already ahead of us.
He's ahead of
Has
us.
Manfred told his joke or not?
He hasn't. No, Manfred hasn't told this joke. Manfred was drinking wine while we were making a Call of Cthulhu character about 6 hours ago. So I have no idea what sort of state Manfred's in right now. I
In
don't-
that case, I'm so glad I didn't jump in the call.
Yeah. How many characters can Drinking Quest cope with, Sean?
4 is the best. But I'll run the game this time instead of participating. That'll make it easier. Then you guys can just be the players.
So are we stuck with 4?
You can theoretically do more, but remember, there's only 12 cards per quest. So the more players you have, the more that dilutes.
Cody, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry, mate. Sorry. We have got
Well, it sounds like this will have to start having a waiting list.
a waiting list indeed. Because who were the players last time? There was me. There was
Saxius,
you, but you're Saxius, who wants to play again.
Squirrel Hermit, myself. It was the 4 of us, but I'll run the game. I won't play, so that means there can be 4 people plus me.
Gingerbeard straight away afterwards said that he would join in as soon as he was drinking again.
We'll see when we schedule it for too. You might lose somebody based on scheduling. So
if Gingerbeard can't make it, Cody, you're in. But Gingerbeard does.
Yeah, but that will put me on the waiting list.
You don't drink, do you, Joker? Not very much.
Pardon?
I haven't seen you drink.
I drink.
What's that? What is that?
It's the stuff you drink.
Oh, Old Mount.
I don't drink Old Mount cider. No. When you come to the quiz on a Sunday, what do you drink?
Oh, that's Coke. That's just because I actually want to pay attention to what you say. I kind of don't want you to keep. I don't want to keep asking you to repeat the questions every time I get to drink. But yeah, I got plenty of Jack Daniels downstairs.
Why are you interested in what I say on a Sunday night?
Because I need to answer them. Try not to hold all the other groups up.
Are you being Becca, John?
Yeah.
Is that your cue to leave?
I thought Twig was the one who answered the questions.
Oh no! I mean, if you've watched us both, sometimes she doesn't get it, and I do.
Okay.
Just the last 3 times you managed to make her cry on the music round by picking songs that related to the connection between her and my dad. But you know,
I'm very sorry about that. I didn't know that.
Oh no. It's like it's just when it comes to the songs, it's like she knows the song and then she's trying to concentrate on who sang it, and then the whole memory is overtaken of her thinking of who actually sang it.
I'm hoping that, just before Christmas, I did a music round about things that were cold, and I'm hoping that the association with your dad wasn't Cold as Ice by Foreigner or Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice, because that would be embarrassing.
No, it's more the 60s ones, like the John Lennon. It's more like the John Lennon and the Beatles tracks that you chose.
Things like Cold Turkey.
Mm.
Oh, fair enough. There we go. It's nice to know.
And if you ever put Woman by John Lennon, we might have to call the ambulance.
Okay, I won't put Woman by John Lennon in a music round. Right, fair enough.
I don't know. I'm sure he appreciates the warning, Joker.
Yeah.
All right, John, I'm going to tap out now. It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like you're breaking up.
And it is time. It is time for me to go to bed as well. So I think now would be a good time to bring a close to tonight's stream, because it is 1 a.m. here. I will go to bed. But thank you, Shed Dweller, Iman. Thank you, Joker. Thank you, Sean, Major's Musings. Sean, get your next video up online. I need some to do tomorrow.
It's coming. Stop pushing me. They're coming.
Thank you, Bear. Thank you, Bear, for joining us earlier as well. Thank you, everybody in chat, for joining us for New Year's stream. Andy Hewson, say hello to me tomorrow, and we'll make a Call of Cthulhu character. I will be online tomorrow at some point. But if you've been on stream tonight saying hello, I do appreciate it. It's just been a nonsense stream tonight. I've had a few drinks, enjoyed it. Thanks for wishing in the new year with me, and I'll see you in 2024. Well, it's already 2024, so happy.
Well, you're in the future.
Oh,
Yes.
I give up. I can't talk anymore. Night all.
Happy New Year, everyone.